Do you find yourself only focusing on your finances? Today, we're going to focus on your emotional and mental health as well. Stay tuned. We've got a show called Mindfulness.
Welcome to Farm Truck Financial, where wisdom and wealth ride shotgun. Join Eric Kearney, president of Retirement Wealth Advisors, who believes that the best kind of planning happens when 4 tires hit the road. So hop in. Today, we're talking about investment strategies that drive results.
Farm Truck Financial, we're riding.
Welcome to Farm Truck Financial, and today we have a fantastic guest, Dani Tourony, who is a professional with yoga and meditation. Hello, Dani.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Are you excited to be here?
Sure am.
Are you going to teach us some tricks?
Yes, I am.
So Dani is a yoga instructor, also in meditation. So how did you get started in all this?
My journey started about 3 years ago. My younger sister is a yoga instructor. She took the course and she thought it'd be something I would really enjoy. It was more for myself. I never thought I would become a teacher. But then I found out I was going through some health stuff at the same time, which kind of all makes sense now where I landed. Battling autoimmune condition. First they thought lupus, and then they found lesions in my brain. So MS. I'm in remission right now, and I made this all my journey because I wanted to beat it holistically. So sharing that story with others is important to me.
Yeah.
I do think we can turn things around. So that's where I put all of my work, my effort now. Health and helping others.
So this is really your effort, like towards healing yourself, but also healing others through that, right?
For sure.
So when you talk about MS, like we have a lot of clients, friends, and even family members who have MS. What it's doing is you have myelin in your body. And what that myelin is doing is it's insulating the nerves. It's this coating that's around your nerves. And with MS, it's attacking that myelin in there and it's disrupting your body from communicating with your brain, right? How are you doing this holistically? How are you fighting back?
By keeping my stress levels down. So stress and high heat are 2 of the major components that cause me flare-ups. Everybody with MS, it shows up differently. It's not black and white. It can mimic other diseases. So a lot of people are living with it for a long time before they find out what it really is. At first they thought lupus for me. At first they thought an allergic reaction because my flare-ups, my lips were blowing up. I was having very odd things happening. But as I was tapping into that mindfulness and knowing my body, listening to my body, I really pushed and found the right doctors, and I didn't give up. So through meditation, through yoga, it all comes back around to keeping the stress levels down, taking care of yourself, self-love, and then less lesions.
Okay, gotcha. When you and I first started talking about yoga and we started talking about meditation, then you brought that up. It kind of changes everything because in our financial planning practice, when we have a client come in and they're like, Eric, we have this, you've seen other things like Hashimoto's. There's so many different things that people could have. You mentioned lupus as well. These are all things that hopefully they're more chronic over acute, and we can kind of manage them. You have done this through yoga and meditation. So let's start talking about yoga. What does your day-to-day look like, and how does that really help?
Okay, day-to-day, I'm teaching about 12 to 15 classes a week, actually in 4 to 5 days on Sanibel mostly. And a lot of people, they think yoga, that it's just exercise. It's also breathwork, and that meditation mindfulness component. It's all of the things. Sure, the exercise is great for mobility, flexibility, spinal strength, has a ton of benefits physically, but the mental, it's balancing physical body and the mind. And that's where it really, and one of my favorite quotes is, it's not about touching your toes, it's how you feel and what you feel on the way there. So it's everything in one.
Interesting.
Yeah, so helping people with all of the flexibility and the postures, and just reminding people that your body, everything is different every day. Your balance is going to be off one day. If your mind is off, your balance is off, and not to be hard on yourself. Just showing up is enough. Putting in the work and not being hard.
Right. I think in today's world, we live such a 110 mile an hour life, right? We are going, going, going. And at the end of the day, we are just not only physically exhausted, but mentally exhausted, emotionally exhausted. And so what I want to do is I want to continue this conversation and then bring meditation into that. So there is always the wealth out there, but a lot of times we've got to start focusing on our health as well. So stay tuned. We're going to come back, talk more about yoga and meditation and how to calm your life down just a little bit.
Do you have questions and concerns about your money, lifestyle, and retirement? Like so many, investors today worry about living expenses, healthcare costs, inflation, and stock market volatility. Instead of worrying, start planning. Eric Kearney and his team at Retirement Wealth Advisors want to sit down, get to know you, and start to build a plan that matches your vision and goals. Let's have a real conversation about what's important to you and how we get there. We'll help build you a plan based on your goals, lifestyle, and income needs, with financial clarity over complexity. Call us today for a farm fresh second opinion. Remember, you only retire once, so let's get it right the first time.
And welcome back. We're going to continue the conversation about yoga and meditation right now. And already I feel relaxed, Dani, so thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So what we want to talk about right now is I want to know, if we go to your class, what is the first thing that we can expect?
Okay. So I try to build my classes so that anybody can walk in, with no experience, no risk of injury, make them feel comfortable. And again, it's always it's a judgment-free zone. I remind people not to have any expectations, to just listen to their body. That's the most important. So we typically start by grounding and centering ourselves for about 3 to 5 minutes, focusing awareness of the breath, how your body's feeling that day, asking your body what it needs, and just listening for a moment and just being in that moment, feeling. And then we'll do some light stretching on the mat, a lot of side bending and mobility work, even the ability to turn around and look in the rearview mirror. We all rely on our cameras now, right? But we do need to be able to turn around. So just like working on that mobility, body in motion stays in motion. So those little changes and just working at it each time you come, and you'll see yourself develop more strength, more flexibility. Excellent for spinal health, especially so many people have desk jobs now, posture. And then calming the nervous system is a huge part of it as well. Focusing on the breath, calming the heart rate. Then we'll do some standing postures, balance work, very important because it's not just balance of the body, it's the balance of the mind. So sometimes we're off. Every day is different.
Right.
We might have slept funny. Maybe we're a little sore. We have a little more tension. Maybe we have a lot going on. And then the last 10 minutes is everybody's favorite, Shavasana. It's the most relaxing and easiest part of the class. And I like to incorporate sound bowl, healing. In the end of that, I'll go around with a little essential oil and just kind of wave my hands over. It's just invigorating and just the sense of calm. And my favorite is at the end when everybody sits up and you can just see the relief,
Right.
And some of my classes are even in the chair. Almost all postures are done right in the chair. So if somebody can't get on a mat, we have a class for that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of older people that can come to these that are looking for that mobility and really improving their posture. Is that right?
Exactly.
I mean, posture is like really important. Like we always talk about people that are bent over and you want to pull yourself back and be more aware, right? And I think that that's important. There's so many more people, I think, that as they get into retirement, they are looking for alternatives right now, So
For sure.
It's not just physical. It's the mental, emotional part that they want to calm down a little bit. I like the breathing part because that's when you really start to like calm down, because I feel like all day I'm like running around, and my breath is going fast. And now all of a sudden you're breathing slower and taking this all in. It's a great way to actually calm that part of your day down. So Dani and I are going to talk about meditation next, how that plays a huge role in your life and how you can get started today. Stay tuned.
You know who has one of the toughest retirements? Procrastinators. You keep telling yourself, yeah, I'm going to get to that. But after months turn into years, you realize that time is one investment you can't buy back. The earlier you start, the longer your money works for you. Stop letting someday steal your future. The best time to start was yesterday. The next best time is right now. Don't let procrastination be the reason you work longer and retire smaller. Call us today for a complimentary review of your finances. And remember, you only retire once. So let's get it right the first time.
We're going to talk about meditation and how many people can't do it, but yet Dani can. So I think today, with our cell phones, the screens, just life in general, it is so hard for us to have staying power with one thing, right? The attention spans are dropping. Squirrel, something flashy goes by and we're like, oh, on to the next thing.
Yes.
Even my assistant, Autumn, she's like, Eric, I need you to talk to me. I'm like, okay. And so I will not stop typing. And she's like, no, I need you to look at me. I'm like, oh, okay. It's something serious, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to meditation, I have tried. I want to slow down. And I know clients, friends, and family that want to slow down from this crazy world. I wish we could have a mental escape. I know that sounds a little different, but we want to take this busy life and just calm down and shut our brain off for a little while. But it's so difficult. So when we talk about meditation, and you and I laugh off camera because everybody thinks it's right?
Right.
It's not that. And one of my clients says, I will get on a plane, the busy plane, and I'll be able to meditate. And I'm like, what? Because when I'm on a plane, all I hear is people going to their doctors and their financial problems, So how can we start meditation and how does it really benefit us?
Okay. Well, the first thing is don't give up. And it doesn't have to be long. You can start with 2 to 5 minutes a day.
Okay.
Okay. I like first thing in the morning, maybe even if it means waking up a little earlier than the rest of your family, somewhere where you know you're going to have less distraction. Don't even pick up your phone yet. Just get right into it. Because give yourself that time and start with 2 minutes.
Right.
And meditation, there's all different kinds of meditation. And I really love just awareness of breath. And that's enough to start. And the more you do it, this is the great part about meditation, is the easier it gets. I have many students that are like, I'll never be able to meditate. And they have taken a guided class. So guided meditation is great. There's a lot of tools. There's apps online. There's Spotify you could use, where you don't have your own thoughts. You're listening to somebody else help you through, whether it's through visualization or, even sound frequency healing. It's just helping you to it has somebody leading you.
Yeah, that's great.
Right?
Yeah, right.
And then once you're, getting the steps there, then you can start to focus on your own meditation. There's candle gazing, which is lighting a candle and just observing the flame, trying to keep your eyes open and just observing the movement and the colors. Yoga Nidra is great. This is a type of yoga where it's body awareness. It's a body scan while you're laying there. It goes through each part of your body. So you're constantly being moved around. So you don't have enough time to think about anything else. Comparison of hot and cold or opposites. Again, the breath. Breath is huge. There's over 16 types of breath, and they all have different purposes. There's heating, energizing breath. There's cooling breath that calms us. So there's a lot of tools out there. And I think just working up to it, giving yourself the time without distraction, you owe that to yourself.
And this is holistic, right? I mean, this is a way that we're not using any chemicals or any pharmaceuticals or anything. We're kind of resetting our body naturally. And sometimes our body needs rest, right? And I like the part that you're listening to it. You're feeling how you actually feel and doing something about that, because again, I don't think that we take enough time for ourselves anymore because a lot of us are worried about somebody else or taking care of a child or taking care of a parent. We're not listening to ourselves. And I think that that's where people get mentally run down.
Right. That's what happened to me.
And that's exactly what happened to you, right?
And if you don't take care of yourself and you run yourself down and that cortisol builds and that stress. And I thought by worrying about everything or planning ahead too much, like it was a protective mechanism for myself. Like, oh, if I know all the outcomes, I can't, be derailed. So, But what ended up happening was I was in a constant fight or flight. So meditation has really helped me with that. And it's super important now than ever. I'm teaching my son, he's 11, and I think that this would be something great to incorporate into school systems. This is a tool that kids can use with test anxiety or maybe problems at home. Teaching them how to regulate their nervous system is so valuable.
So let's talk about that real quick. What about children and meditation in this world where we're stuck in front of screens all the time? I think that this could be huge to calm that anxiety for a child.
So what they're doing is they're using that screen time because they're not stuck in any thoughts besides what's happening right there. So that is kind of them coping. They don't know about meditation. They could be doing it in a healthier way. They want the distraction, right? They want to forget about school or whatever they have going on, but teaching a healthier way to do it would be incredible.
Great way to do
right?
it. Dani, thank you so much. And you really are an inspiration to other people that have these autoimmune diseases like MS and lupus. There are other holistic approaches that you can actually use. So again, Dani's contact information is below. And believe me, this is something that we're definitely trying to incorporate with our practice, with our clients, just to live a better quality life. So again, thank you for watching Farm Truck Financial. We'll see you on the back roads. And thanks again.
Thanks for riding along with us today. We hope you got some good dirt. If you liked today's show, subscribe, like, and share with all your farm truck friends. We hope you'll join us for the next ride on Farm Truck Financial, where we're always planting seeds for a better future, 1 mile, $1 at a time.
Farm Truck Financial, we're riding with you down the back road steady.